All right, let's roll. Good morning. It is 5:13. Let's go. Last kind of full week. Um, in a short amount of time, sixth graders, you'll now be seventh graders. Seventh graders, you'll now be eighth graders, and eighth graders, you're going to be freshmen. So how wild is that? So just a couple weeks, and here we go. All right, gang, let's go. Um, just some end of year details. Like tonight, there's the band concerts are tonight. The choir concerts are Thursday night. We've got senior synthesis where the seniors, both my kids did this. It's an art piece that represents their academic, social, and spiritual growth over their 4 years. Just really, really special. And it's Wednesday night, open to the public, 6:30 in the Academic Commons. Faith Families is Wednesday, so there's no chapel Thursday. So Faith Families is Wednesday. The tie-in to Senior Synthesis is that the senior of the Faith family is going to share about their Senior Synthesis project with their Faith family. And I remember when my kids were in Faith families, they were younger, and they were learning from their senior, and then they were able to celebrate. Actually, my daughter graduated during COVID, so she didn't get to do it. But my son, the year before, in 2019, was able to share his Senior Synthesis project. My son's project, he and I talked in eighth grade after his Faith family meeting with his senior, and we were talking just kind of off the cuff. Did that give you any ideas 4 years from now? So what my son did, planning ahead, my son's a planner, he took at least a 2-second video every single day of his freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior years. Literally a 2-second video. And he spliced them all together in one video, and it played at his Senior Synthesis project his place in the Academic Commons. He just looped this video. He had a 2-second video of every day of his life for 4 years. That's how determined he was. My daughter took different pieces of past, present, and future. That's also the other thing the Senior Synthesis piece does. It talks about you have a piece in the past, a piece in the present, and then what I'm thinking. So in the past, for Kara, it was a lot of artwork and soccer and friends. Present, it was a lot of academic stuff, soccer stuff, artwork. And in the future, it was like a stethoscope and all that because she's going to be a nurse. So anyway, it's really, really, really awesome. And you get to meet the kids, and the seniors have like a spiel. They kind of share on top of you getting to read the pieces that they wrote, because they write a paper on each. It is such a special night. So anyway, strongly encourage you to go. And again, the band concert and the Thursday night choir concerts. All right. I got to get back to my notes here. Next week's schedule is kind of goofy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for sixth grade is pretty straightforward. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for seventh grade is pretty straightforward. Let's finish strong. Eighth grade, really your last full day is Monday. And then you have finals on Tuesday, finals on Wednesday. Then we're all heading out to the lake. Pray for good weather. Eighth grade, you are on your own at Bear Creek Lake Park. Sixth grade and seventh grade, you are down at Chatfield, at the pavilion down there. More details to come for that. Okay. The other thing about next week's schedule, eighth grade, Tuesday and Wednesday, you are done at noon. You are getting picked up at noon. Tuesday and Wednesday, you are getting picked up at noon. It's a half day for you. All you're doing is finals. It's very much like a high school experience in that way. All right? Trying to give you a little bit of a taste of that. Yep, finals for 8th grade next week. Those details are here on the end of year's details. Okay, what day your final is, what time, all that good stuff. It's on the end of year details. Remember, keep checking that. And then many of the girls have helped us with some dress code stuff. Like, we're trying to buy shorts and figure out what shorts work, because some of our shorts are just not working. They don't meet dress code. So we're like, well, how can we partner with our students and kind of help us learn about this? I have an 8th grade daughter. I remember buying clothes for my 8th grade daughter. It is not easy. Totally get it. It's way simpler for my son. It was way simpler. So I get the challenge of today's fashions and all that. Totally get it. All right. We just need some help from the girls to figure out, okay, what meets dress code, but are still, that you like, right? So we're trying to honor that and be fair to that. Okay. So anyway, we're working on that. Mrs. Schwant, thank you very much, is kind of taking the lead and has really sought input from many of our students. So thank you. Last bit here. We got a shadow tomorrow. We got your dining hall cleanup crew. Here's your concerts and things like that. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. 8th grade dance. This Friday, 7:30, up in the dining hall. We kind of do it on the far side in the back, right up against the patio. It is a ton of fun. It's $5. So bring your $5 at the door. The vast majority of that goes to two things. One, I get a gift card for Mr. Johnson, Mrs. Johnson, who's our director of admissions. It's her husband. He's been our DJ as long as I can remember. So I get him a gift card as a thank you, and then it also pays for snacks, water and things like that for the dance. That's essentially what all that money goes to. Okay. And then finally, dining hall cleanup crew is Case, Leighton, Wheeler, Sebastian, Caleb, Evan, and Caroline. Okay, you are our cleanup crew this week. And lastly is the map window closes today. We're going to do the best we can to close out that, get all the students. So we're going to work on that this morning. But the window does close today. So we're going to start that right away in the morning. I asked Dr. Schweinum to extend our window because we just didn't get them all made up last week. So she made it for this week. So that is going to be my sole focus for this morning to get that done. All right. So I wasn't at church this weekend. I was traveling. My wife and I drove to St. Paul, Minnesota with our truck. We bought a camper and we drove it back. So it was almost exactly 48 hours. We left Friday afternoon, got back yesterday afternoon, literally almost 48 hours. And my wife and I were talking. So we never do this. It's brand new. It's really fun. So we were talking about gratitude. So for years and years and years, so I paid tuition. My wife and I paid tuition for our children here just like you all do. And so my wife and I were talking just how grateful we are. So we made our last college tuition payment this past January for my daughter. And so we're done paying tuition, right? We said grad school's on your own. My daughter's going to go get her PhD, it sounds like, in a couple of years. And my son is working on his. But they're paying for that on their own. Now, my son has a full ride. It's free. Plus, he has a salary. So I don't know how that happened, but nonetheless, there he is. So my wife and I were talking about just the decades of sacrifices we made to allow and pay for our children to go to Christian education, and how we would do it all over again in a second. We drove the same Toyota Corolla for 21 years. Our current truck we bought in 2007 has 235,000 miles on it. We've just, because we have a camper now, a pop-up, we paid $2,000 for it. It's made in the mid-90s. So my point is not to say, hey, good job, Amadons. It's not that. My point is the sacrifices that we made. Could we have afforded a nice camper and a nice truck without Christian ed tuition? Of course, no problem. Yep. But we would never do that because the gift of Christian education, the gift of Denver Christian's education to our family, the teachers, the staff, their friends, the experience here, we could never, you just could never buy that. And so anyway, we were just full of gratitude on our way back. We just kept looking at each other. We're like, we can't believe it. After decades of Christian ed and worth every second and every penny, here we are driving this camper. So anyway, we were just full of gratitude, and just thankful, and just what a blessing that is. So anyway, I don't know if that was weird or not, but it was just really on my heart to share just how grateful I am for Denver Christian and its role in my life personally, and the incredible role K-12 here, just again the high school and the middle school, and it's just amazing. So anyway, that was long, I'm sorry, but I just had to share that. So just full of gratitude today. So anyway, we'll talk to you later. Bye.